like we know that we know that you're co-host B, and but we know that you also have a business yourself, and and starting up, and we know that's probably the most delicate stages for entrepreneurs. We would love to just hear what your handle is, if you'd like to give people the shout out, your Instagram or your Facebook, everything that you have out there.
So right now, my website is under construction, but you can find me on Instagram. Usually clients just DM me through there at Firme Femme. That's FIRME, Femme, FEMME.
I'll be on your screen, by the way, so.
Down below.
Right.
What about you? I mean, you have.
Well,
you're like a serial entrepreneur.
No, definitely not. I'm trying to be. But I've helped a lot of other people with their food businesses. Corporate, independent. I even got out of state. People, fly me out, to go do things over there and anywhere. But I think being in Fresno, now connecting back to as a chef with my roots, like the food that was forgotten in our culture, like the native food that's locally here in our backyards, the berries, the nuts, but also the corn. So I started Masa Amor. So that's Masa, MASA.AMOR_LLC on Instagram. You can find me on there. Find me under Chef Will 559 as well. But it's just basically a concept of, I've been doing pop-ups and private catering with incorporating masa, heirloom corn, good masa that's not GMO, purple, colorful corn. And that stuff is, very close to our culture. So, think about this podcast, we're gonna emphasize a lot about culture, the times that we're living in. So it just made sense, Masa Amor means like more love. You get it, like misbehaving. It's like the wordplay, Masa Amor.
Marketing.
Yeah, for sure. A gringo's gonna say it like Masa Amor, like right. It's gonna sound like more love or much love, right? So that's the business I got going right now. And other than that, I'm kind of just incognito about certain things, and unless they're serious and I know they're gonna work, I really don't want to talk about them.
Well, I can't wait to hear them.
Oh, I'd love to share once they're ready. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Right. What about community-wise, like outside of your business, like what else are you doing that's not like has nothing to do with like possibly making money, I guess, like something that you do, like it's just like not charity work, but in a sense, kind of like charity work or even community outreach work or anything like that?
Yeah, I think no matter where I'm at, I'm always like sending people resources. So like being a nonprofit, I was able to like be exposed to all of these resources I never had heard of, like the Majorie Mason Center, for example.
Right.
It's like they help women that have been in domestic violence.
Yeah, it's a special organization.
Yeah, and it was just like, I did not even know, we literally have a whole hub like here in Fresno. Like that is
we do.
Crazy. Like Fresno Mission, like all of these things. So I feel like it's really, my time there made me realize that I'm like the connector between like people and resource. Whether that was like the members that I was signing up with, resources or the networking opportunities.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like just being out there and talking to people is like the best way I can help. Then I start like, oh, you need help with this? Like, did you know that this place exists? And then, start that way.
Right.
Like, that's probably the best way I can contribute.
Right. Shout out to all the nonprofits in Fresno. That's what I've also been doing. I think this whole year, I got involved with a nonprofit kitchen in downtown Fresno, and I got to get to know what it is to run a nonprofit. A lot of my friends talk about it. They sometimes sound miserable, like they'd rather have a business than a nonprofit. But I think for the long haul, once you see the fruits of the labor and the impact that it has on your community, Fresno, shout out to Fresno Barrios Unidos and my homie's kitchen. Can't forget about them. It's a struggle more for them than it is for a business, and it shouldn't be that way. And I think this is why we're going to have an outlet like, a platform like 5 to 9, podcasts, overtime podcasts. It will be to showcase and highlight these people, these people that are, not necessarily business owners, but like you said, myself also, that's why we're co-hosts, we're connecting people, being, showing all the resources and just giving people the knowledge and also the encouragement. Like, hey, you know what? Everyone struggles. You don't have to be a business owner. You can literally be somebody just putting in work in the community, and you're still going to struggle.
Yeah.
But look, you're being heard. There's a light here now for you, and you are also a light. And it's one of those things. It's like, businesses, entrepreneurship is awesome, but nonprofit organization is life. It's lifelines for people.
I like that you touched on that. Like your friends would rather have a business than a nonprofit. It's like nonprofits have like this like negative, I guess, what kind
stigma?
Yeah, like a stigma that it's a like toxic work environment. But really those people are just like working with the funds that they're getting. They're overworked, underpaid, but they stay because it's like purposeful.
Right.
Like, there's so many times that I was just like, I need to leave. Like I can I have to do this. And then I see like a senor walk in, needing help, registering his LLC, and I'm like, I see myself.
Right. And statistically, this is a fact. If you start a nonprofit and it becomes successful, you learn how to be a business owner.
Oh, for sure.
So you might not be like a person that has a business degree in a sense, but you want to go into business.
Yeah.
But you've been working with a nonprofit or working for a nonprofit or have your nonprofit. I think once you get to 2-3 years into the handling business with nonprofit organizations, you end up being an entrepreneur for a nonprofit. So why not just apply that to entrepreneurship and starting a business?
I think all successful nonprofits run like a business.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.